our 22-foot vans are pretty much the same. They've all got water purifiers, so they've got a filter underneath. So that's drinking water. You've got your normal tap water there. In here we've got all our utensils, all our cooking utensils, forks, knives, all that sort of stuff. Next one here, this one's got a little bit of a smaller drawer, so we've run the plates a little bit different, but generally in the Malibu and Big Blue and that sort of stuff, all your plates and your cups and coffee cups are in the next drawer here. And then all your keys, your remotes, your diesel heater remote, all that sort of stuff, they all live in here underneath the sink. They're all in the same spot in all the vans, and they're just all labeled. So, you know, you got different things like water tanks and front tunnel boots and all that sort of stuff. Pretty self-explanatory. Underneath the sink, we run our pots and pans, and all our plumbing's under there as well. Shouldn't need to touch anything in there. In this van here, we've got full oven and cooktop. Most of them do. So you just want to lift the timber bench top, lift the glass one, and then we've got our free gas burners and electric. Obviously the electric one's only going to work when you're in a caravan park. Most of the time, most people just use the gas only. We've got a little griller in this one and a full oven. They're all gas. So basically what you want to do is push the handle in, turn it, hold it in, and just hit the igniter, and that ignites the gas. Now, when you pull up to the caravan park the first time, especially if you're free camping and you're using gas for your fridge and that sort of stuff, we recommend that you run the gas oven or the gas cooktop first, just to help prime the system. Sometimes when you're traveling, the gas will liquefy in the pipes and it'll get air locks in it, and it can throw faults to the fridge. So we just tend to tell people to run the stove top first. That'll help prime the system and normally give trouble-free use of the fridge. Underneath here, we've got our pump. Now, in this situation, we've got both our taps open. Most of the time you do want to run with all the taps open, so that just runs all the tanks down evenly, keeps the weight distribution really nice and even, and you shouldn't generally need to touch any of them. If it's a long-term hire, we generally go through these a little bit more, in a bit more depth, in showing how the tanks actually work. But for most people, for a week or week use, leave both of them open and that's fine. So when you're finished using it, you just want to make sure it's cool to touch before you close the lids, because it will warp the bench top if it's too hot. So it just closes down, and then you've got your bench that comes down. You can use that as back to bench space again. Up here we've got our rain hood. You just hit the on button, you'll turn the light on, hit the on button, and you've got your fan speeds there, and then off. We've got a full height pantry. Some of them have got full height, some of them have got just bench top down, but they're all basically the same, just pantry slide out. That just slides out. In here we generally keep things like our pods for our coffee machine, a bit of cooking oil, some salt and pepper, your dishwashing detergent, that sort of stuff, and the tea towels and cleaning products. Everything that's in the van doesn't need to be replaced, but what you do use, just leave what you haven't used behind. And if you do empty things like dishwashing liquid bottles and that sort of stuff, we just ask if you can leave them in the van. They've all got 12-volt plugs, USB plugs, and power points in them. They've all got pockets up the front and at the back. They've all got the little reading lights that the kids can touch. Some of them have got fans, Sirocco fans, some of them don't. This particular one doesn't actually have the Sirocco fans in it, but our bigger vans do. We've all got the ladder there. In here, we've got all our storage for the kids area. So there's all shelves in there, big drawer in here. And I've got plenty of storage. Up here we've got kettle, toaster, and sandwich maker. With the kettles, just to let you know, the base is inside the kettle. It just goes in there for storage. We've got all our plates. Sometimes they're stored down the bottom there, but in this van here, they're up here. And we've got some bowls and chopping board wine and stuff like that. And just heaps of open storage, so you can put all your clothes and all your other bits and pieces in here. All the vans have got storage in the front. Some of them have got hanging space, some of them have got shelves. Just depends on which van. They're set up a little bit different. All the drawers down the side here. This one here's got the power points and 12-volt power sockets on the outside here. Malibu and Big Blue have got them in here. There's a little pocket and there's power and that sort of stuff in there. This one here's got pockets. They're a little bit different, but they've all got their storage up the top. They're all just free storage. And underneath the beds, they all lift up exactly the same. So there's all under storage bed. All the vans are a little bit different. This one here, we've got our coffee machine and kettle and iron, that sort of stuff. Clothes basket under there. Some of the vans, if they've got power inverters, the bigger ones, we've got the power inverters in there. Some of the power inverters are under the lounge. Just depends on each van, how they're laid out. But they're all basically the same principle. They've all got some storage under there. Malibu, I know, has got the diesel heater under there as well.